Good morning, folks. We're going to get underway. If you'd help yourselves to breakfast, we'll be starting the program momentarily. Thanks.
From YPIE. Is there anything
I met you
need
on the way in.
On the way in. Is there anything you need?
No, we're good. We're good. Good to go. Just try to get everyone's attention and we'll
I
get
think
moving.
they're all very happy to be getting breakfast on their plates and chatting with each other. Do you want to give them
That's
a couple minutes and I'll...
That's what I'm going to do, and
You
then
will?
we'll get back.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm happy
Okay.
to help
We'll
move the crowds.
we'll move them along. We're fine. What happens is, Lori, what we'll do is we'll call their attention again, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and that
And
gets
that
everybody
gets everybody in line. You've done this rodeo
a few
before.
times. Yeah.
Excellent. We're very excited to be hosting. Show off our space.
That's very
Let me
nice.
know if you need anything.
We'll do. Nora? Nora? They seem like they're finished. They just moved.
Good morning. Can I ask everybody to find a seat, please?
Who does it? You'll do it. Folks, if you'd find your seats, we're going to start in about 1 minute with the Pledge of Allegiance.
All righty. Thanks for being here with us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. It's a cool space, right? I mean, we built it, and when students come, they say, "Oh, it's like the Google office." It's like, yeah, cool. You know,
It's got
the
the
glass,
industrial,
the industrial,
brick.
exact. This wall.
You can. It actually is not cheap too.
Yeah. Well, this is 100 and something years old. I'm going to share this, but my grandfather,
Did he work here?
he worked here fixing trolleys when it was just the trolley work. So it's an old building.
I'm trying to get everybody to get in here. So the mayor and the county executive room, we don't know yet, okay?
I think the county exec, because they asked for directions and everything yesterday.
Yeah.
So, but we don't know. We'll know when they get here.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I'm just going to add in case I space on their, you know, sometimes I space on their name as I'm looking at them, and that's embarrassing.
I gotcha. All right, Sam, kill it, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
So, pretty good turnout. Good turnout. Okay.
Just,
Good morning. Can I ask everybody to please stand so we can do the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now we ask Steve Lopez to come up.
Good morning, everyone. Let us pray. Holy and precious God, we're asking for your blessing for all of us within this room, their families, and their businesses. We prayerfully ask that you continue to guide us as we grow both in spirit and in our bounty. We humbly ask you to bless our storehouses that we may be able to bless others and contribute to the great fabric of this city. Finally, we ask you to continue to increase our faith in you and continue to love as you do by our actions and deeds. We thank you for your loving grace, your unending mercy, and the hopes of our promises. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Okay, we're going to start going around the room so everybody can do introductions. So I'm going to start with Stephen first.
Good morning, everyone. Steve Mulqueen, Academy of Finance, Lincoln High School.
Morning, Nicole Pinto-Briazzo, Lincoln High School Business Academy.
Good morning, everybody. Sarah Brody, Yonkers Downtown Bid. I just want to let you know we are gearing up for events, and I hope you sponsor too. Hint, hint, if you want to talk to me.
And Yonkers City Councilman.
Good morning, Mike Breen, Minority Leader, Yonkers City Council. Thank you.
Morning, Reverend Steve Lopez, President, Yonkers Board of Education.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Councilmember Sinead Williams, representing this wonderful district, the first district of the City Council.
Stu Rodnick, I'm with Westchester Clean Energy. We help commercial businesses to upgrade and save money from energy projects. So if you have a commercial property and need help, then look for us.
Good morning, Good morning, everyone. Paul Ranieri, DC Ranieri Insurance Agency. We're on 457 Palmer Road in Yonkers. We've been a Yonkers property and casualty insurance agency, third generation. Fourth is here as well, I believe. And there's four. Yeah, we could love to review policies and give our advice on what we think is a good company and a good quality product. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Sally Pinto, Vast Financial Awareness Group, Financial Literacy for Kids, Seniors, and Adults.
Good morning, Marisol Mancebo, PAL Executive Director.
Good morning, Francisco Marte, President of Bodega and Small Business Association and advocate for public safety. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Vicki Smith from PS&S Engineering and Architecture.
Good morning, I'm Lori Shevlin from YPIE Strategic Partnerships, and welcome. We're so happy to have you here this morning.
Hi, Emily Rosen, also from YPIE.
Hi, I'm Christine Crowdy from YPIE, and again, welcome.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Anna Viratella from Yonkers Partners Education. So happy to see everybody here today. Thank you for coming.
Here you go, Bill.
I'm Bill Schneider with PS&S Architecture and Engineering. We're your local architecture engineering firm. And if you need any development needs, please give us a call. Thanks. See if it works for you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Florence Dryden. I want to say thanks to Kevin for inviting me as his guest. I'm looking forward to becoming a part of the Chamber of Commerce. And I started my business, Flo's Kitchen, and I'm looking for a kitchen share. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Erica Furman. I work with Community Capital New York. We're a small business lender that focuses on the BIPOC community and women-owned businesses. I am also affiliated with the charter school here in Yonkers. Both my children attend there. I'm the PTO president, and I sit on the board of directors as well.
Good morning, everyone. Kelly Chiarella, proud director of Yonkers Office for the Aging, and also chairperson for Yonkers Relay for Life. Relay for Life is June 2nd at Gorton High School. It is not a sporting event. We will be fighting together against cancer, and now is the time. If you're interested in signing up a team, come talk to me.
Good morning. I'm Kathy Canella from the City of Yonkers Planning and Development, and I'm also a member of the Women in Business.
Good morning, Greg Arcaro with the Community Planning Council of Yonkers and the Rotary Club of Yonkers. Mark down June 11th, car show. I know Sam, you'll be there. And on June 16th, we're really happy as Community Planning Council to announce that the annual community luncheon will be again held on Friday, June 16th from noon to 2 p.m. At the X2O restaurant here in Yonkers. Thank you.
Good morning, Chuck Lesnick, former Yonkers City Council President. I don't see Bob Walters here, so I'll say what he asked me to say, which is this Saturday is Earth Day, and as we have done for the last, I think 19 years, we gather at BZAC at 7:30 in the morning to bless the Hudson River. Actually, we don't bless the Hudson River. The indigenous Americans who come, Tony Moonhawk and Wendy Wind in the Trees, tell us that the river blesses us every day. And we usually have them and a cantor and a minister and some kids singing. And if you aren't doing anything at 7:30 on Saturday morning, bring the kids down and bless the river. I wish you a sustainable week.
I'm Nancy DiNatale. I'm with the Hudson River Museum. Just to remind you, our mission is to engage, inspire, and connect diverse communities through the arts, sciences, and history. We're always looking for partners with our programming and our exhibitions, so I hope we can all work together.
Thanks, Nancy. Robert Pinzara, Assistant Director of Development at the Hudson River Museum. We've had a couple of new exhibits open recently, so if you haven't been in a while, please stop by. And we have our gala coming up on June 2nd, which I was happy that I mentioned.
Arthur Dorn, Judge Dorn, Chief Judge of the Yonkers City Court, running for re-election this year. And you guys, Hudson River, you might know my daughter Maggie is a docent there. And more important than me and my running for re-election is I can really, really appreciate everyone here from YPIE and the schools. I have 3 daughters. My Molly graduated from Yonkers High with a 101 point whatever, is now in her 3rd year at Binghamton's Thomas Watson School of Engineering, almost basically a 4.0. My twins are graduating from YMA this year, one a valedictorian, the other one with a 98 average. One of them committed to Binghamton's Watson Engineering and is going to join Molly. And the other one, I think, is going to commit to James Madison. And so thank you for having me have an empty nest next year. So all I want to say is if the word synergy isn't used tonight, it needs to be, because the Yonkers schools and YPIE got my kids help in SATs and programs and homework and college prep generally, and Regeneron and all these different things. Thank you, sorry, over the top, but.
Okay.
Buenos días. Good morning.
My name is, I don't think I need this.
No.
My name is Jeanette Garcia. I'm the Vice President of the Yonkers Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm also an attorney, immigration attorney and labor law. So I'm here for all of you that want to connect. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Mimi, and I'm from Agape Printing Plus. Our heart really goes into small businesses that need not only uniforms, but we also need to learn a little bit of the new digital form of promoting. So we work a lot with small businesses, and that's really our heart. It goes into that. So thank you for having me. It's the first time here, so thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Carl Ranieri from DC Ranieri Insurance Agency. We do personal and commercial insurance, and we're licensed in 20 different states. I just want to thank YPIE for hosting us and Yonkers Brewing for breakfast.
Hello, everyone. I am Phyllis Oakes, and I am the founder and director of Public Space Art. I'm here to raise awareness about diversity, inclusion, and equity in the arts. For some of you that might remember, Adam Clayton Powell, many years, decades ago, had a speech called "What's in Your Hand?" For our young adults, usually what's in their hands is a cell phone. Public Space Art is announcing a self-portrait project. The arts are very expensive. For those of you that are not supporting young people in the arts, they may not be struggling, but their parents are. Canvas, paint, if you're a photographer, the camera. We have an active bird watching group in our community, which is Glenwood on the Hudson, near the Glenwood train station. Lots of new development, Excel, perhaps the Goring Group, we're not sure. But we want to have our young adults use their cell phones, take a self-portrait, which is hardly ever sees the outside of their cell phone. And we want to print them and display them. And this is mostly for young people and young adults. I am a retired college professor, so I know that many of them cannot afford canvas, paints, and all of the accoutrement that artists require. So I'm here to let you know and hope to make you aware that our young people can use cell phones to participate in the arts with your help. And if you'll join me in helping them to release their art from their cell phones, especially the beautiful natural art here in Yonkers. Don't get me started about the dogwood trees and the cherry trees that are in bloom now. And any support that you can give Public Space Art, it's a 501c3. I would appreciate it, so would our students and the young people and the struggling artists of Yonkers. Thank you so much. Shout out to our Councilwoman, Shanae.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Susan Schwartz. I'm on the team at YPIE, and we are all very grateful to have you all here with us this morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Elisa Holland. I'm Manager of Community Affairs at New York Presbyterian Westchester, the former Lawrence Hospital. And I'm very happy to be here at the Yonkers Partners in Education with my friend Sam Wallace and his team. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Yonkers Partners in Education. It's so great to have everybody here and see this room so full. We appreciate you coming.
Okay, I know a few other people have just come in, so let me just make my way back here.
Good morning, buenos dias. My name is Marisol Alcantara. I'm the owner of Kmart Consulting, and I want to thank Kevin and Moira for inviting us to be here today.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here with you. My name is Veri Shako. I'm a Yonkers City Court judge and also a candidate for New York State Supreme Court. It's great to be here. I see my colleague, Chief Judge Doran, here also enjoying breakfast. And I just want to say thank you for all that you do. I'm the parent of 2 public school students here in Yonkers, and this is the first school year where we needed a tutor. And it really changed our lives to have someone who was able to work and communicate with my daughter in a way that she could understand so she can go from 60s to 90s. and it really helped to relieve us. I'm thankful that you're here, and I'm looking forward to the day when they're old enough to work with you. Thank you.
Jim Kavanaugh, Chairman, I'm President of the Yonkers Industrial Development Agency, but more importantly, a former YPIE mentor for a couple of years. That's how I got to know Sam. So I just want to say it was a great experience helping one of the young people, actually 3 of them in my case. And if none of you have been mentors, I'm sure Sam's going to tell you all about it. It's a great opportunity and something you should think about if you have the time. It's very, very rewarding.
Thank you. Let's give everybody a hand.
I guess I'm the last one. Anyway, my name is Patrick Murphy, the president of New Logical Tech and Media Consulting. I hope you guys pick up a copy of 914 Inc. magazine on Friday because I made the Wonderkind list.
Before I hand the speaker over to Kevin, I just want to announce this year's honorees. I don't know if everybody got an opportunity to see the sheet of paper on the tables, but this year's the 29th Annual Women of Excellence cocktail reception will be held on June 7th at Dunwoody. This year's honorees are Marisol Mancebo from Above and Beyond. We also have Kathy Cannell. She's getting the Thomas Madre Humanitarian Award. Frances Casola from St. Joseph's Hospital is getting Business Professional. And Camila Israel from PSNS, she's getting Business Professional. And Jeannie Martinelli will get the Lifetime Achievement Award. So I hope everybody can save the date and...
Okay, let's give a big hand to Maura, getting around the room, getting all you folks familiar with each other. You know, for 15 years, YPIE has been a part of the Yonkers community, a very important part. I serve, in addition to the chamber, I serve as a member of the Board of Education. And we just can't get to certain things in the Yonkers public schools. And for years, prior to our time, the kids did not have the type of counseling and advice that YPIE has been giving for 15 years. They've done a tremendous job. I mean, we've taken kids that would not get the kind of direction, and when you have one counselor for 1,400 students, they don't get to everything. But YPIE has filled that role. And I mean, all you have to do is look. Each year they publish where these kids are going to college, and it's impressive. The kids are also counseled in the area where, you know, that's a private school, but with your income and with these different grants and opportunities, you may be able to get into that school for the price of similar to a SUNY. Not that there's anything wrong with SUNY, but the world is open up to a lot of these kids and they don't know it, but YPIE has shepherded them for 15 years. So I think you folks have done a tremendous job. And a lot of that is due to Sam Wallace, your executive director, who you will have the pleasure of hearing from right now. Thanks, Sam.
All right, I'm going to come out front because I'm a former teacher and I do not like to sit. Welcome, everyone. My name is Sam Wallace. I'm the executive director of YPIE. I've been here for about 10 years, but my family has been in Yonkers for generations. And some of you may have heard me say this previously, but my grandfather, when he came to this country, actually worked repairing trolleys in this building. This is the Trolley Barn building. And so I have a deep history in Yonkers. I want to give a couple of acknowledgments, and then I'm going to share some really interesting information, some data with you about how the district is looking and how the students that you all may be hiring, where they're coming from and what their background looks like. So first I just want to welcome, we have many council members here, Mike Breen, John Rubo, Shanae Williams, Anthony Morante. Thank you for your years of partnership. We have obviously Mr. Kukase, Judge Duran, and Judge Shako, and of course Reverend Lopez. And we have all these partners that we've worked with for years. We have to give, of course, now it went down, a big round of applause and a thank you to John Rubo and Yonkers Brewery. And we share a wall with the, and they are great to our students. There's no beer allowed, but they do provide food to our students, so thank you. And another big thank you to the city schools. We have a really unique partnership. There are very few organizations across the country who work so hand in hand with a public school district, where they let us in their building, they send students to us here after school, that we share data, we share resources. It is quite unique, and I just have to thank the Yonkers Public Schools under Reverend Lopez and the whole Board of Ed and Dr. Casada for that partnership. And we have so many partners here today. I did ask Liz if I could use your picture, but there are so many folks who care about students in Yonkers, many of them represented here today. All of these are partners who help support this work in some way, whether it's through job exposure for students, or mentorship, or giving support to students. So many that make that possible, and we really appreciate that. So why are we here today? Well, our mission at YPIE is to ensure that students are ready for, enroll in, and graduate from college. And I know that word college has become a real political sticking point across the country. But there's a reason that we really believe that that's important for students. And it's not because we turn our nose up at anyone without a college degree. My whole family, they repair trolleys, they repair appliances now. We respect that. And at the same time, the data shows still, even among the post-COVID economic landscape, that a college degree is still the most reliable pathway for upward mobility for students. It's not the only at all, but the data is showing, and these are the most recent data. I know it's small, but show lifetime earnings based on a college attainment. And what's really interesting is getting some college and getting an associate degree, very different, not much different there, but it jumps significantly when you get education. And so I don't want to wade into the political debate. This is not a judgment statement. This is just purely based on the numbers. We believe our students, who are predominantly first-generation students, predominantly low-income students, and predominantly students of color, deserve a shot to move down this ladder and up the ladder of economic mobility. And so that's why we're here. So what do we do? We work with about 1,200 students in the Yonkers public schools. They make a multi-year commitment. These students are amazing. They start with us in 9th grade and go all the way through the 2nd year of college with us. We have a whole team of staff who work with them in the schools, and then we also have this space after school. In addition, Jim mentioned we have about 235 volunteer mentors who come in and work with students. So if you're interested, it's actually really cool because you can make a relationship with a young person, or if you want a shorter thing than 4 years in high school, help them with their college essay. That's a quick hit. That's something that they need. And with the SATs being less important, they really need to put forward a good college application. So you can talk to any of us if you're interested in volunteering after. I could not get through without making a pitch for that. I'm going to keep going. So the question I posed earlier is, what is the district looking like? And there's actually a lot that this district and Yonkers as a city should be proud of. So college enrollment's the first piece. We know so many students right now, before May 1st, are saying, I'm going to go in August to this school. Nationally, there's a huge plunge over the summer. But do students in Yonkers actually go to school when they say they are? And the data is pretty encouraging. You can see the green is the enrollment in 4-year schools, and the yellow is enrollment in 2-year schools. You can see, despite the pandemic, it's been pretty flat, and that's unbelievable to be steady when nationally we've seen a huge fall off in college enrollments. So there's a lot that the Board of Ed and the district and YPIE are proud of with seeing this. I'll also mention, again, we don't disparage two-year schools, but we know that the economic premium comes from a bachelor's degree. And you can see in 2015, 2016, we saw that invert, where more students started going. The green got bigger as more students started going. That's actually metaphorical. The green got bigger because they started going more to four-year schools where they could earn money. Very, very positive trend that we have remained steady despite the pandemic. A couple of others, and this is a little bit confusing, but you're all business people, so I know you look at numbers. Of those who enrolled, where are they enrolling? Going to any school, the economic premium varies by where students go to school, and also their likelihood of success. So there are some schools that graduate 10% of students. That's really bad, right? 99 out of every 10 kids go, they take out loans, and they don't graduate. But we know some schools are great. And it tends to be the more well-heeled colleges, in addition to the SUNYs and CUNYs, do really well with our students. So what does that look like? The black has been on the down. The black, those are open enrollment schools. Those are your community colleges. And again, there's a place for community colleges, but we want to see students getting that BA, and you can see that the trend going to community colleges has been down. While the other bars are more those are more competitive schools. We're talking about your SUNY Albanys, your SUNY Binghamtons, all the way up to your Dukes and Yales and Middleburys and all of those types have been increasing. Why does that matter as you're thinking about hiring? Those schools just have more resources to support students. Mental health help, writing help, and we know that their persistence graduation rates are much higher. So this is a really positive trend for the district, that we're seeing students go to four-year schools, increasingly better schools where they'll get more support. And I am curious, does anyone here have any kids or family members who have gone to a school where they've seen them get a lot of extra support to help them get through and persist? I'm just curious. Yeah, so thank you. It makes a big difference, and that's why, right, Judge? Your daughters are a Bing. Bing is great for our students.
She had peer advice, and now she's the head of the head peer advisor.
There you go. Well, that's great. Maybe she can come back and give some.
Want a job?
Yeah, I am looking to hire. So that's an important trend. And as soon as I get this back, I'll show you the last of the trends. This one I want to share as well. The blue bars are nationally students who are similar to a city like Yonkers. How are they doing in enrolling? So there's a data set across the country that looks at every student across the country and says, did they go and enroll in college? For similar districts that have the same percentage of low-income students, the most recent data was 2021, and about 30% of those students actually go to college across the country. In Yonkers, it's 42%. That is incredibly significant. And I always say that if you could add, in this case, 12% above what would be expected, that's a really, really good thing. And in the education world, moving 2 points is a lot. So to move 12 points above what you'd see in a district like this is really, really something to be proud of. And I would mention, we don't have the last year's data yet across the country, that hasn't been released, but this gap has been growing. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the gap really explodes after 2017. And there are, I think, two reasons why. One, our very own superintendent came in and set a really high bar for the district in that year. And I know Dr. Casada's retiring, but whoever comes in has got to keep this trend up. And also, I think that was the year that YPIE started really going deep with students and changed our whole model to work with a cohort of students. And you can see that again, the green, so students can be making money, that gap exploded. So there's a lot for Yonkers to be proud of in these numbers, that students are going and going more than would be expected based on their income. I will end with one last So going to school is one thing, but we know that nationally, getting credential is critical. We know, I can know so many took out loans, went to school, but didn't get that credential. What's my time like here? I got time? So I want to turn it to your groups because I'm a teacher. I actually hate lecturing. This is the most talking I've ever done. I'm going to turn to you all, and I want to ask these questions. You all work in this business, the economy. As you're hiring folks, and we're about to have another hiring season come this spring when students graduate from college, what trends are you seeing? What strengths are students bringing to your business or your council or whatever? And what are the gaps you're seeing in students? Is it that you're not finding folks with the credentials? Is it that the folks with credentials are Gen Zers and all they want to do is TikTok all day? I don't know, and I would love some of that feedback.
Wrap it up quickly, yeah, because I didn't, this will be it right there.
All right. So bring it back, please. All right, we'll bring it back, please. It's all good. I just wait. As a teacher, I just wait, and everyone will get it eventually. Greg. All right, finish up your comments. All right. Fine, Greg. I'll give you, you know what, high schoolers love stickers. Adults, I do it with my staff, we give stickers. I got 70-year-old staff people who go crazy for stickers. All right, so I'm gonna take now, I have 4 minutes. You are gonna get out early, Kevin said, but I want to just quickly see, as employers, as people in the business world, what are you seeing the trends are as you're hiring younger, newer to the workforce staff? Anyone want to share? Sally. You gotta stand because that's how we do it at YPIE.
Thank you. I guess we came up with just the basic life skills, learning to be on time. Unfortunately, some of them don't want to work, but when they do get to the job, just having the life skills and the discipline too. All right.
That's great. That's great. Thank you. Who else? Greg? Kelly. You guys get your act together. I'll come, Sarah. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Sarah from the bid. What we're finding in our administrative staff is that everybody wants a high salary, and they have some issues with trying to put the time in to work and really care about what they're doing. On the flip side, those hourly workers that I'm hiring also want more money and don't want to do work. So it's an issue. of being qualified and not wanting to work. It's a discipline issue, to what you said, that we've all seen here.
Go here, they got their stuff together.
Just a quick one, I guess, Jim, like you're saying, you had a nice experience with the mentoring. At the Planning Council last year, we hired 3 interns from YPIE to help with some of the directories and guides that we put out, and they were absolutely terrific. What I thought might be the area for improvement, Sam, would be in the interviews, their interpersonal skills were not, and they're young, I mean, they're 17, 18 years old, but they were very good in facts and in research, but in that area, part of a maturity item as well, but they were absolutely terrific, but they could probably use improvement in that interpersonal area.
Thank you, and we see that as well after being remote for many years. Those critical social years, they were on Zoom. Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry.
So I work with public sector unions, and I have to say that one of the challenges is the time around of the public sector hiring. The hiring process is too long. It takes 6 months or 3 months or even a year to call back. Right now, there is an initiative by AFME International Union. It's called Staff the Front Lines. There is 500,000 vacancies nationwide in the public sector, and that includes state, federal, municipal, county employees. So one of the things that we have encountered is that there are a lot of municipalities and state and in the federal that does not have a diversity and inclusion framework in the hiring process. So even from the get-go, when you put the job posting, there is not enough of a process that really takes into account the community where that government wants to serve and be inclusive. And that time around, really, and the civil service exam is taking a lot out of people that are looking for jobs and wanted to get a job.
And one of the things we see is that companies have made a huge commitment to hiring diverse candidates, diverse talent. They're here in Yonkers. We have qualified, diverse talent here in Yonkers. So that's something to take back to the whatever businesses you know are hiring. I was Chuck, yeah.
Just picking up on Sarah's point about people who don't want to work hard, I think some of that is actually intentional. There's a lot more of a focus on live-work balance. And they look at us boomers and say, just because in the days of giants you work your ass off doesn't mean that we have to do that because we have different values. And so it's not laziness, it's intentional live-work balance. You're a millennial. Explain yourself.
Go ahead.
I'll say something. So we hire for development, so most people that come into development have a 4-year degree, but what surprised me in a recent hiring was the writing skills. You know, you're trying to get a job in fundraising, outreach, communication, and I'll get a letter with proofreading errors, or they won't say Hudson River Museum, they'll say a different museum, and they send me that. And that's what's really surprised me. And then, I'll get them on the phone and they'll speak very well. And interpersonally, they're very good communicators, but it's the writing skill which actually really surprises me. So I don't know where that's falling off.
That's a great point. Thank you. Thank you. I'll come back here. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then...
Yes, I'm a trade unionist by profession. I used to work with SEIU, Local 32BJ, and the Nurses Union. So I always believe that workers have the best intention, that people do want to work. I mean, I know nurses that work 12 hours on their feet. I know people that clean buildings, and I don't think it's an issue of people that don't want to work. I mean, if you're making minimum wage, you cannot afford to live down the street. So it's not that people don't want to work, it's that people don't earn enough to live with a minimum wage job in the state of New York. I mean, our nurses, for example, are Presbyterian. They start off $96,000, right? 3 days a week. And I'm like, oh my God, what a fabulous job. But you are spending 12 hours on your feet dealing with some people that are very angry and have issues, right? but I believe that workers do have the best intention. Some of these kids in Yonkers are the kids of immigrant parents that are mowing our lawn 7 days a week, working without insurance, days off, or vacation. So when we talk about work in the United States, if you're not in a union, you don't have a good work-life balance because you don't get insurance, you don't get sick days, they don't get a 401k like some of us do, and they don't get retirement. So let's remember that when we talk about workers, that I don't think people immigrate or cross the border because they want to come and chill in New York. They come here because they want to work. So let's remember that.
Thank you, Mr. Councilman.
I think that the newest problem that created is this thing. I think that the reliance on these smartphones have taken away from people using their own thought processes. And the other thing that was exacerbated by the pandemic was us seasoned workers not being together. They're used to working at home. And that takes away from learning some of the work ethic that I think a lot of us picked up as we matured in our careers. I have multiple different careers, being a CPA, not just a council person and a business owner, but that's what I think it is. I think the people, these smartphones have destroyed our society, and we have to somehow, how do you keep it away from them? When you figure that out, you become a millionaire.
I did here, and then we'll go there, and then I will close us.
Thank you, Sam. As most of you know, the pandemic did impact healthcare significantly, and we are seeing, though, a trend. People are coming back to healthcare, and there are lots of opportunities, and we've been talking to YPIE about that. We have a lot of young people coming on board as medical assistants. They're getting certified in those types of jobs, and then they get inside the system and they apply for other opportunities. We have one nurse, in fact, who became a unit clerk, eventually enrolled in a program at Columbia. Now he's one of our leaders, and he is one of our head nurses in our cardiac cath lab. So I think there are lots of opportunities in healthcare. Right now, we've got the New York Presbyterian Iona School of Health Sciences, and we're really encouraging people to consider healthcare careers. As someone mentioned, I think, the boomers, we're getting older, right? But 80 is the new 90, 60 is the new 50. And so I'm going to say that and underline that this afternoon or morning. So, there are opportunities. People are living longer.
Thank you. We'll come here, and then we'll wrap up. Yep.
So to build on the argument about the smartphones, and I feel like I'm part of that, I do think that especially during and after the pandemic, at least in the U.S., I know it's still going on in the world, let's acknowledge that. But anyway, I think the growing problem is that people are looking more and more, especially young people, looking more and more for easier to digest content. So if you look at the average video on the internet, right, 99.9% of the viewership is in the first 10 seconds, which means they're not paying attention after those 10 seconds. They're moving on to the next thing. There's such a gluttony of things that you're looking for, and I think that has caused a lack in problem-solving skills, and I think that's something that needs to be addressed when we're educating people, is that we give them a sense of cultural canon, cultural literacy, understanding the different holidays, cultures, just common facts that really should get you going in the workplace, and a little bit of problem-solving exercises so that people don't freak out when something doesn't work 100% their way, that they figure out a way to figure it out on their own.
So thank you all for contributing into this really rich conversation, and I know some of my staff have been writing notes that things will take back to our program, and we'll be bringing it back to the school district. Again, my charge to you is help our students find that why, help them find that purpose for why they need more education, because they're great careers, working for all of you and with you at the end of it. And the district is seeing that in real time in a positive way. So keep doing what you're doing, and we really appreciate you being here this morning.
And let's give Sam another hand. It was a great presentation. You had everyone thinking. And Alicia, I have to agree with you, 60 is the new 50. In fact, maybe we're going to get to the point where 60 is the new late 40s. We're working on it, but we're not there yet. Okay, a couple of things. we have a door prize, which is a YPIE t-shirt. I'll ask Sam to pull the ticket for that.
It's a t-shirt and it's a gas card.
And a gas card.
So if you drive
I was going to take the gas card. I wasn't going to let you know about that.
If you have a Tesla, you're not going to be any help. There we go.
Okay, 3389273 for a gas card and a t-shirt. 9273. Come on, Judge, going once.
I just presume I won, I can't find it.
$50 gas card.
It's a full up, maybe.
All right, go, 9273 going once, twice. Pull another one. 3389279. There we go. And we have a winner.
Let's check it.
Before we do the Virginia Eiler, if we could get a picture, we'll give you your first Golden Knife and Fork Award.
You gotta give one of them the knife and the other the fork. Can I get one? Yeah, sure.
Now we have the Virginia Eiler is $95. And Maura, you'll make a friend here. It's a red ticket, folks. 0775835. There we go. Okay, thanks. Our next breakfast will be May 23rd, sponsored by Orange Bank. And our speaker is going to be the Honorable Head of the Yonkers City Court, Judge Doran. So we look forward to seeing you there. It'll be at Dunwoody. You'll be getting a notice. Have a great day, and thanks for coming.